So I'm a nursing student, and I specifically remember my first clinical shifts at Cook's Children's for pediatric nursing. My second shift there was in the NICU, and I just remember having this moment where I was like, this is what I always imagined nursing when I was little, and I was like, I want to be a nurse. This is what I always imagined nursing was. I love it. Yeah.
So for me, it was when I was doing my internship at Arlington SDA Church with Pastor Martin. And out of nowhere, one day he told me to do this Bible study for these brother-sister duo for baptismal. And so at the very end, we were supposed to ask them, who do you want to baptize you of the pastoral team? They picked me, and it was in that baptismal pool after dunking them in the water. It was a brother-sister. And it was like seeing their face of joy, which said, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm called to do.
Oh, there's so many. Since I'm a music and an English major, there's several that come to mind. I remember being in a lot of my literature classes and really getting to engage with all of the material and like having all the pieces finally line up in my brain. Like, oh, I understand this. Oh, I can see all of these different theories and everything just coming together. And then for music, I would have to say my first studio recital. I think that's one of the most memorable.
I've said this once, and I will say this 1 million more times. Kathy Davis is literally an angel from the Lord, and you cannot convince me otherwise. She is the most shining example of the love of God, the patience, the endurance. She's made such a huge impact on my life, and just seeing the way she lives her life and the way the Lord works through her. Kathy Davis, you literally are an angel. I love you.
So for me, it was probably Pastor Gabriel, and that man has been through a lot. He's always taught us to, always trust in God, no matter what you go through, like he's always with you. That man, just what he's been through, like his testimony that he showed us, like that man has been struck by lightning when we were in Oklahoma. He was driving on the way back to Keene from Oklahoma, and his car got struck by lightning. And even then, he still came back the next day to help us out with our field evangelism. And just that God's always with him, like even though he's not here right now, he's sick at the moment, but he's shining example that God's always with you no matter what.
So I have several. For English, I would say I love all of the professors of English, honestly. But I think taking classes like Theory and Origins of English with Professor Science really opened my mind to how much potential there is in literature especially. And then for music, I know he's moved to a different school now, but Dr. Howard really guided me through music theory. God, it was very difficult, but he was always there to help me along in my journey with music.
Definitely prioritize and put effort into the relationships that matter to you in your life. For me, that was my relationship with God, my relationship with my parents, specifically my family. Because you'll meet a lot of people here, you might meet friends, but like those relationships with the people that truly matter in your life are what's gonna keep you going when things get really tough, when you feel like I can't do this anymore. And so it can be hard, like you can kind of lose contact because college is hard. You get really busy, you have assignments constantly. But don't let the important relationships in your life fall to the wayside because of other things, because they're gonna be what keeps you going.
Number one rule is don't put things off. Like don't put assignments off, don't put midterms, finals off, don't put the time you show up at class off. That first class you say, it's just one class, I want to sleep in. No, the second class, and then you're out of nowhere, you skip 7, 8 classes. Missed that first assignment, and now you're behind a whole semester worth. Just don't put things off, guys.
What I would do is figure out early on your own study methods, what works for you. It's different with every single person. So whether you're an auditory learner, so you learn by ear, by hearing, you learn by just reviewing. It's also good to find just a quiet area. What I like to do is, my mind is blank. just find a quiet room, turn on some classical music, put my phone in a totally different room, and then start writing.
Definitely being able to interact with, collaborate with, connect with, work with a wide variety of people from different backgrounds with different worldviews, different beliefs. I think sometimes growing up in that Adventist world, I don't want to say sheltered, but you don't necessarily interact with that many different people. It's a very big world, and you can have friends and meaningful relationships with people from so many different backgrounds. Just being able to talk to people, connect with people who are different than you, I think that's such an important skill, and it's one that you'll use for the rest of your life.
I'd say patience. It's one thing is working with so many different people as well, and people that don't share the same beliefs or same ideals as you. It's patience in not arguing with them. It's a skill that you have to learn how to use in the real world. Sometimes keeping your mouth shut is the best answer.
When it comes to having majors that are very creative, there comes like the idea of like comparison. So you just have to be okay with putting your creation out there and knowing that you get joy out of it and that others get joy out of it. You don't have to compare yourself to other people, how far along they are, what they're doing, what their futures look like. You need to focus on your creation and how it affects other people around you, what brings you joy. Yeah.